Like, there's so much attention right now with you and the season that you've had last year. I feel like that's the perfect way to pick it up as you kind of go into your 5th season here. When you reflect on last season as such individual success, how do you kind of look at it?
Not satisfied. I think I had a fairly good season. Definitely could have did a lot better, but it's definitely something to build on going forward in my career. Definitely excited about this year and having the opportunity to get back out there, playing with my teammates. I think we have a good team. We're young, we're talented, and hopefully everybody stays healthy. We should have a good season.
When you look at what happened last year, and obviously, so much attention went to the quarterback, as it always does. When Jimmy goes down, did that just become such an instant turning point in your guys' year last year?
It's tough. Quarterback is an important position. You try to have that next man up mentality, but it's definitely tough to lose your starting quarterback, a leader in your team, and you're trying to find a way to bounce back and compete as hard as you can, but it's definitely a tough situation to be in.
When you're on the defensive side of the ball and an injury like that happens, how do you kind of rationalize that? Do you look at that and go, man, we're now going to probably be on the field a lot more at times? Does that affect anything that you do defensively?
Not necessarily. Just taking the onus on your own shoulders. Like, somebody has to win the game, and why not us? And you don't want to be part of the problem. You want to go out there, help your teammates win games, and you want to have success. And we all have to take ownership, and we all play a role in that.
What were you most proud of with what you were able to accomplish last year? There was Pro Bowl consideration for a heavy part of last year. It looked like you had put so many things behind you and really turned a corner, and you played at so many different positions. So I got to feel like you found a little bit of a home there.
Yeah, I was excited to be out there, be healthy, and show people some of what I can do. And like I said, it was a good year to build off of, and definitely excited for next year.
When you hear 5 years, that you're going into your 5th NFL season, can you believe that? Does it feel like 5 years? Does it feel like it's gone by quicker?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Thinking about the draft, it seems like yesterday sometimes, and sometimes it seems like forever ago.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in 5 years, but it's been a blessing to be in the position I am in now. The average NFL career is about 3 years, and surpass that, and hopefully I can play many more years to come.
What did it mean to you knowing that you come out of this season your best ever? Your best season so far. The injuries weren't a problem, and you go into this offseason and the Niners make that commitment to you, picking up that 5th-year option. What does that feel like to yourself? Obviously you earned it, but they're also making a commitment to you as well.
Yeah, well, for one, I'm from Sacramento. I'm a NorCal guy. I love being here. And so that was, extreme excitement, knowing I'll be here for at least one more year, close to my family, where I'm comfortable, where I got drafted, and, for them to, make that commitment to me, it's definitely exciting, and, gave myself some satisfaction knowing that I'll be here and be playing for the Niners.
It's funny because you say that, and then right around the draft, and of course you can't control the chatter that's out there, but it's all like, will Arik be here? Will he be traded? And then they go out and they get someone like Nick Bosa, and they've added a whole bunch of people there to you. How do you deal with all that chatter and knowing, people are talking about your future, whether you're here in San Francisco or not?
If things happen crazy in sports, there's no guarantees for sure. But there's some educated opinions and there's some uneducated opinions.
Yeah.
So the uneducated opinions, are pretty frustrating in the sense that, a lot of people don't know what they're talking about, and but anything can happen. And what I do know is that I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready, excited for a new season. Like you said, we added a bunch of great pieces to our team throughout the draft, throughout free agency, and we're looking to have a good year.
When you're coming into the draft, your discussions with the organization may have been one way. I don't even know if you've had discussions with them after the draft, but do you feel, because this is a business, would it surprise you if you were on another team going into next year?
Like I said, anything can happen. I'm going to control what I can control, and that's going out there and playing to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
And contract-wise, all those things, those are out of my control. What I can control is how I perform on that field, and making sure that every team in the NFL, wants me for the way I play on that field, including the Niners. And if I play the rest of my career in San Francisco, man, that would be great. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
And, but it's my job to go out there on the field and ensure that.
When you look at, you guys have added Nick Bosa now, you've already had DeForest Buckner, D Ford now, and yourself. Is that more of a problem for you guys with the depth on the team, or is that more of a problem for other teams in the NFL that have to face some talent like that on the defensive side of the ball?
I think we're going to cause a lot of problems for some people. You can say it, but we got to go out there and do it. I think we have the pieces to do it. Now I know that the group we have, we're going to put in the work, and hopefully things fall in place.
Let me talk about Bosa. I know he gets so much attention right now. He's a pretty controversial figure for some stuff that he's said and before. And I know sports and football can be the ultimate unifier of people, bringing people together regardless of backgrounds. And you've always done that with people that you've, played with how you give back to the community, with people giving people education and hope and opportunity. How do you just look at someone like that coming in? Can you embrace someone like that, put everything aside, and at the end of the day, it's just football?
I think my ideals are I'm compassionate for others. I care for people who are less fortunate, and I care for my community. I care for people other than myself. And so, having conversations I think are great. Getting to understand and being able to learn from each other, I think are great. And so, him coming in, giving them an opportunity to get to know us, and hopefully, as a leader in my community and as a leader, on the team, hopefully, who I am rubs off on other people. And so I'm going to take that time and get to know each other, and I think that's important.
I thought you were the perfect person to ask about that. Of all the people on that defensive side of the ball, not only does this guy play your position and somebody you're going to line up with, but because you are able to bring people together, but also are outspoken on your own right as well. You make sure that you say the right things when necessary. I wonder if that's a delicate balance in a locker room like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think,
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, for sure. I think that, in a team of 53, you have a bunch of different personalities, and you have to come together and play football. And like you talked about, football definitely unifies multiple people from different backgrounds, different ideals, and there's nothing more. There's nothing in our country bigger than unifying people than probably sports, and so and that happens internally, and so I think that's what's going to happen, with our team. And every team is a new year, new guys come in, and you have to get to know them and mesh, and so we're all going to take that opportunity and be excited about it.
That's well said. And I know last football question, really, just when you look ahead, and if you are here, hopefully you are here and everything's good to go, what does the future look like for this team right now? What excites you most about it?
Man, just the feel we have, the chemistry between the guys. I think we're young, we're talented, a lot of good football in our future, and be a part of that is special.
I know this community. I've known you for such a long time. I know this community means so well, and one of the things I thought about in trying to put this interview together was let people see the community here and what you're so proud of. And this is obviously the central hub, this and the capital. This unmistakably means Sacramento to me, and I would imagine for you as well. When you look around at this development, what this city's become, both good and bad, just what kind of stands out to you?
Man, I love being from Sacramento. Like you said, it's changed a lot over the years, but I love being from here. I love supporting the communities here, and I take pride in that. I take pride in it's my responsibility to do that, and I think the best is yet to come for this city. I think it's on the rise. I think we can accomplish so much here. There's so many people here that are doing great things in life, and it's on us to help that next generation of locals to do the same thing.
Where did it come for you where education just became such a high priority of yours? I mean, someone asked me the other day, they're like, man, Arik, he became a monster in football. Football's everything to him. And I said, well, some might say education in his community might be everything to him as well. Is that as equal as the way you treat football?
I think that they both go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I think, the platform that football has allowed me to have has allowed me to have an impact in my community. And education is extremely important to me. I think that, if someone is educated, they're going to raise educated people. I think they can go get a job and have a decent life. And, it's sad that our youth doesn't have the same opportunities. There's no equity in our public education system. And so that's what I want to help with.
Yeah. When you think about what you're doing here this upcoming weekend, we've seen you go from football camps to writing workshops with 916 Inc. So many different, even other charity stuff that doesn't get shown, and hospital visits and the like. This weekend, to do it a second straight time, to have this gala as well as your football camp, that's a fun time.
Yeah, man. Last year did the charity weekend. I think it went well. This year we want it to be even bigger and better, and raise more money to reinvest into our youth. Like I talked about in our public education system. All our money raised is going to go to Title I schools and Title I schools, in those communities and low-income areas. And I'm so excited about it to have this platform and to pull so many people in to come out for a good cause and raise money to reinvest into our community.
And what do people expect? I mean, what's that gala all about? Like, if you want people to obviously buy tickets and come to this thing, what are they going to see?
Yeah, well, I think the people that came last year had a lot of fun, and it's kind of a talk around town. Some people wishing they had gone, and I'm telling those people you're not going to want to miss this year. A bunch of my teammates are coming, a bunch of my other athlete friends are coming. It's going to be a fun night. Food, drinks, having a musician come, a lot of entertainment.
Wow.
And just hanging out. And what's the better way to raise money for a good cause and having fun doing it? And so. If you didn't go last year, ask about last year, and even this year is going to be even better.
The thing I always hear people talk about last year was Richard Sherman. Mm-hmm. He made quite the impression.
Yeah, Sherm's great, and even Sherm had so much fun himself. He was like, man, Arik, I'm coming to your event every year. Just mark me down. And so he had a lot of fun out here in Sacramento, and I was really proud to show off my city to my teammates and my friends, and get people excited about coming here. A lot of my teammates come here to Sacramento all the time now. So.
And when you do a camp, I just saw you at Shaq's camp recently. What do you want kids to take away from that? I mean, I know I'll probably show up there and it'll look a lot similar to what previous years look like, but the one thing that seems to always be there is a smile on those kids' faces.
I think that's the main thing, put a smile on kids' faces. And with the football camp, you want to promote, hard work, exercising, a sense of community and togetherness, and really put a smile on their face, giving them an opportunity to come out, have fun, run around, learn more about a sport that they may love or may not, or learn more about sports in general. And I think it's a really good opportunity for the community to get together around what a lot of people love, which is sports.
With your hand in education, the stuff you do in this community, does this give you a glimpse of what your life after football will be? Is this something that you want to, is there something you have your mind locked in on, is something you want to do within this community when it's all said and done after football?
Yeah, when it's all said and done, I plan on building a community center here in Sacramento to support the communities that I'm already working towards supporting. I think building a community center full of resources and really raising that next generation of young people here would be something amazing that I would want to bring to the city.
Is there anything like making a difference in a kid's life when you make them smile, or you talk to him for a few minutes and realize that conversation has greatly been a monumental event in his life, his or her life?
Yeah, I think when you sit down and think about it, there's nothing really nothing better than that. You know, Nipsey Hussle says,
Yeah.
the greatest act of a human being is to inspire, and you know, inspiring someone, pouring into their life, and seeing those, you know, that labor and come to fruition, and you know, for them to go on and kind of change their life and, you know, go down a different path. I don't know what's better than that.
Final question. I know your life has changed a little bit. I mean, being in these 5 years, you became a $1 million athlete in a professional football team, and now you're about to get married next year. You're engaged. You've still got a great family around you. Anything you would tell yourself 5 years ago that to be on the lookout for, or what advice you would tell young Arik Armstead?
Telling young Arik Armstead 5 years ago, I would say, refocus your mind on the details of what's important. I would have told myself to educate myself a lot earlier. I would have told myself to not let the minuscule things get in the way, and continue to see the bigger picture even more, and define what I want to do, and how I can have the biggest impact, and be as successful as possible. And I think that really starts with educating myself. And so I wish I would have told myself 5 years ago to educate myself even more.